What's happening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my little corner of YouTube here called The Driveway. Now, to any of you out there, subscriber or just regular viewer who has seen any of my recent productions or films, you will know that that is nowhere close to how I normally introduce whatever video we might be filming that day. And that's because today, we're not really focusing on anything automotive, despite the fact that I'm getting all kinds of dirty thanks to my absolutely filthy daily driver sitting right here, because we're not even here to talk about this car. We're here to talk about the almost decade and a half that I've been sitting here on the internet making these haphazard car reviews, despite the fact that I have absolutely no relation to any sort of major automotive media publication, both digital or physical. You see, most recently, I've been getting a lot of questions, as any automotive journalist or YouTuber would. And while a lot of them are, as you can guess, automotive related, there is one that has continuously been going around time and time again that I finally felt I needed to make a full-size video just to answer. And the question is, why do I do YouTube? Now, before we get to the real meat of the question here, I just have to rewind things a little bit. Because first of all, if you can believe it, I have been on YouTube in one form or another since 2007. So I'm 35 years old. That makes it about 19, 20 years old that I first discovered YouTube at all. And even then, it was only a couple years into what we know it as nowadays. But even funnier was the fact that my first YouTube channel wasn't anything automotive related at all. It just so happened to revolve around another favorite hobby of mine, which is HO scale model trains. But that doesn't have nearly as big of a following as something like the world of automotive. Now, I know that automotive enthusiasts definitely make up a pretty sizable chunk of the people that watch my creations here. But I quickly realized that in and amongst all the passionate people that would love to hear about my Honda Accord having a K24 engine mated to a 6-speed manual transmission, that those aren't the only people out there searching for any kind of automotive information. There are people looking to buy cars. They want to find out about anything that is the newest, the hottest, the latest, the biggest updates, you name it, in the world of automotive in general. So that kind of sent my creative genius running. But I say genius in the sense that it's taken me a good while to finally get where I'm at now. And to tell you the truth, as much as my first videos were made on these cheap little Canon or Nikon PowerShot cameras with the worst video quality possible, my biggest flaw was not emphasizing my creativeness enough. And just to interject one other thing, I also been getting asked, why have I not done YouTube full time? If I love doing this so much and I have the biggest passion in the world for it, why is it not my full-time career? The fact is, I haven't really built enough of a subscriber base or really have enough time to dedicate to YouTube completely. I work a day job 60 to 70 hours a week outside of YouTube, only to have enough time to entertain this little hobby of mine every so often. You guys may know, if you look back through my videos, that I don't post 1, 2, 3, or even 4 videos a week, or even 1 video per day even. I mainly just put out whatever I can get my hands on whenever I have the time to do it. Now, would I love to go full-time on YouTube? Absolutely. It would be so much fun to be a full-time content creator. And those who have made their profession out of doing this, more power to you. You guys are my inspirations. As someone who is, again, doing this just as a hobby, boy, do I ever have a long way to go before I can ever get to making it full-time. But again, going full-time and putting in the effort is just one part of the puzzle. Now, the funny thing is, a lot of people say that the greatest form of creativity might be flattery, but I guess in my case, at least when I very first started doing car reviews, it might as well have been flat out plagiarism. Because if any of you go back on my channel and watch some of my earliest videos from, I guess, well over a decade ago, you'll realize that they sound exactly the same as the legend known as Mr. Saab Kyle 04. I will straight up admit, I did not intend to rip off or take any kind of credit from what Kyle had built to what is now his empire here on YouTube. I simply felt it was the greatest way to go about things. But that's because I didn't take this creative brain of mine and really stretch it out as far as it could go. But then once I started doing some brainstorming, I realized, you know, I love creative writing. I love things that are artistic. I also love cars. So what if I could take elements from, you know, classes I took in college, for example, and combine them with my ever-present automotive enthusiasm? And that is what has resulted in the Driveway Auto Reviews. I am here as an average guy just to make videos for people that are informative, that can be somewhat humorous, even if that humor is a little bit dry, and just be a part of the car culture as a whole. Now, it also doesn't help the fact that I sold cars for a number of years too, so sometimes my salesman's mentality kind of interferes with how I produce my car videos. But also, speaking of production, if you are looking to get into the YouTube game, you're gonna need to shell out your wallet a little bit. For example, I'm using a GoPro Hero 9 Black. I have the GoPro Media Mod attached to it, and then to add on a bit of emphasis for the first time ever in my channel's production, I have a wireless microphone now. I have a Rode Wireless Go 2 wireless system that now allows me to stand in front of the camera instead of being behind it. So, as my channel continues to evolve, I really do hope you guys will either consider subscribing if you're seeing this video for the first time, or I'm hoping that you will continue to follow this progress as the Driveway continues to move along. Now, do I plan on filming the wildest, craziest hypercars and all that stuff out there? Not really. Do I plan on making this, you know, a project series where I start doing videos on my Honda here, updating it and upgrading it into some wild and crazy show car? It's not really my plan either. I plan to just stick with what I know. I love reviewing cars. I love finding all kinds of unique things out about them. I love expressing not so much, I guess, opinions, but more so stating to the manufacturer and indeed to the public constructive feedback and just letting people know what's what. So to answer the entire question of why I do YouTube, it's just because I'm an automotive enthusiast with a passion for sharing that information with the masses. That is the end of it. Well, everyone, I hope you've stuck with me thus far, enjoying my little ramblings about why I do what I do here on YouTube. And if you guys have enjoyed what you've seen thus far, or perhaps you decided to click on my channel and go back through some of my other videos, which I think could have used a little bit of work at this point, well, I hope you've considered subscribing for one. And if you have, I appreciate every single one of you that has stopped by thus far. And also, if you are a continuing subscriber, I always appreciate the support, because without you guys, I seriously don't know that I would have the inspiration to keep going through all of this. But in any event, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you all in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and I need to go get this car washed. So I'll see you guys later, and stay tuned for more stuff on the Driveway.